What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here, back again with another video. WWE SummerSlam 2026 is Saturday and Sunday, August 1st and 2nd, and we're about to run up my predictions today. This is going to be a long video, so I say we waste no more time. And we get right into CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Am I really excited? Well, first of all, I'm not going to be doing like opener by I'm not going to be doing like night by night opener to main event, something like that. I'm just going to be doing whatever order I want to. Am I insanely excited for this match? Absolutely not. CM Punk, we just saw him as world champion earlier this year, and he had a solid run. He had some fun opponents and all that. And he could do something similar here on SmackDown, but honestly, I'd rather see somebody like Randy Orton or Finn Balor in that position. But I'm predicting it again, and I hope it actually happens this time, because good grief, Randy Orton, is he finally coming back at SummerSlam? There have been many times over the history of my channel where Randy Orton has been on one of his absences, and I've predicted him to come back at a PLE, and he hasn't done it. But I think it's finally going to happen here. I'm finally going to be right on a Randy Orton return. I think SummerSlam is the perfect place for Randy Orton to come back after his freaking like 4 month hiatus. Because, Randy's like Mr. SummerSlam, dude. When you think SummerSlam, you think Randy Orton and you think of Brock Lesnar. So I think Randy is going to return. RKO on Cody Rhodes, maybe a punt kick on Cody Rhodes, and he's going to allow CM Punk to pick up the victory here. Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is definitely a more anticipated match for me than the Cody versus Punk main event because, dude, it's been a minute since we've seen Roman and Seth go at it, and these guys are like two of my favorite wrestlers of all time, so I'm definitely hyped. Two former Shield buddies, they've been tag team champions, they've done it all. One thing I really hope for this match is that we don't see any interference. I don't want to see any Jake Fatu. I really don't want to see any main event Jey Uso. And I don't want to see any mid-card event Jimmy Uso. I just hope there's no interference spots. I feel like there hasn't really been much, if any, interference in Roman Reigns' championship matches in his current day reign. Because, he's out to prove how he can do things by himself. He's good enough to do them by himself. So, as for who's going to win, it's going to be Roman Reigns, dude. Let's be honest. Seth Rollins, he is not winning that World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns is carrying it into WrestleMania 43. Hopefully, not fighting The Rock. I hope he fights Obafemi. And speaking of Obafemi, I wanted to get into the Hell in a Cell match next. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. This match should main event night one, dude. Like, get Punk and Cody out of there. Put Brock and Oba in the main event. I feel like this is going to be a long match to close the feud because Brock Lesnar, he can work long when he needs to. You've seen Cody, you've seen AJ, you've seen Punk. So he's definitely going to work long here with Oba. But the winner here is obvious, dude. It's got to be Oba Femi. I don't know what they'd be doing if Brock Lesnar won this match. I know it's in his hometown and all that, but let's be real. Oba Femi's got to win here. And does Brock Lesnar officially retire after this? I don't know, man. The big speculation going into this year was that Brock Lesnar was going to be retiring at SummerSlam, and now SummerSlam is here. But the thing is, he already did the fake retirement the last time he lost at WrestleMania. So if he does a real retirement after he loses again, like that's just not a Brock Lesnar way to go, man. Like he just retires after he loses all the time. And I feel like he's gonna want one more Saudi Arabia payday as well. I think Brock is gonna work WrestleMania 43. I don't envision him retiring here. It'd be a pretty poetic end if he were to retire here, but the fake retirement at WrestleMania would definitely taint it a little bit. But even if he doesn't retire, my final prediction is the ruler, Oba Femi. I literally just realized, dude, we don't have any tag team championships on the line here, dude. Once again, why aren't they putting any focus into this tag division, dude? Last year in 2025, we had the crazy TLC match on SmackDown. We had another crazy TLC match at SummerSlam, and they were getting featured on the big pay-per-views and all that. Like, why can't we see a tag team championship match? But this match is for the Intercontinental Championship, the men's one. Penta, the champion, takes on Chad Gable. Once again, this is in Chad Gable's home state of Minnesota, and it'd be nonsensical for him to not win against Penta here because, dude, the stars have fully aligned for Chad Gable. I thought they were going to mess this up. Realistically, they still could mess it up because, I mean, it's WWE and we're not quite at the crescendo of Chad Gable's story yet. But I was thinking they were gonna have this dead on arrival, but it's working out really well for Gable. He lost his mask, he got humbled, he apologized to the Luchadors, he apologized to Alpha Academy, and now it seems like the timing is perfect for him to defeat Penta and finally win that Intercontinental Championship after years. We've wanted this ever since the moment he started his rivalry with Gunther, and honestly, I feel like he should have beaten Gunther for that title at WrestleMania 40. That would have been how I booked it. But it's definitely going to be a tad sweeter if it works out here. And I think it is going to. I think he's going to probably pin Penta, not tap him out. Because, Penta, I don't see him being a type of guy to tap out. He's going to pin Penta. He's going to win that Intercontinental Championship. And yeah, it's going to be an incredibly emotional moment. I cannot wait to watch Chad Gable win that Intercontinental Championship. Is there anybody who's actually excited for this match? Baron Corbin challenging Trick Williams for the United States Championship. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy Baron Corbin is back. I always thought he was a really good talent. And even when people didn't like Baron Corbin, like, the King Corbin, the Happy Corbin, the Sad Corbin, like, I thought he could make anything work, dude. Like, he was such a good gimmick guy. But I feel like this match would be way better if they either replaced Baron Corbin with or added to this match Carmelo Hayes. We already saw this at WrestleMania, dude, when it was Sami Zayn and Trick Williams, and they left Carmelo Hayes off when it should have been a triple threat, and now it looks like they're leaving him off again. I don't know what they have against Carmelo Hayes, dude, because I mean, he's one of my favorites on SmackDown right now. I loved his United States Championship reign, and he worked really hard. He put on great matches in those open challenges like week after week, and he still couldn't make it onto the WrestleMania card. And it looks like he's not making it onto the SummerSlam card either. I don't think they're going to change it. I think it's going to be Baron Corbin and Trick Williams. As for who's going to win, I'm kind of conflicted here. Trick has been the champion for a minute. He won it at WrestleMania, so I feel like now would be a good time to drop it. I just I don't know. He just got his new championship design, and I just don't envision Baron Corbin winning here, dude. Yet again, I also don't really envision him losing on his first match back. Just freaking put Carmelo Hayes in this match, man. But I'm just gonna say my final prediction is whoop that Trick Williams. Liv Morgan versus the Queen of the Ring, Io Sky, for the Women's World Championship. Let's cut to the chase here, guys. Liv Morgan has been the worst Women's World Champion of all time because she's held it for like over 100 days since WrestleMania, just like Trick Williams, and she hasn't defended it a single time. I know you have house shows and things like that, but she's still like she entered it. She had more Queen of the Ring matches as the champion than she had championship defenses actually on TV. And I would absolutely love to see Io Sky pick up a win here, but I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I think Stephanie Vaquer is going to come back here. I think it's gonna be Liv Morgan beating Io Sky probably by cheating, and then they attack Io afterwards. Here comes Stephanie Vaquer. Then maybe they can have some tag team matches on Raw or something, and then we start building towards the possible Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan rematch, which was inevitable because they kind of have to redeem the quality of their super short WrestleMania match. Yeah, this is what I get for making my predictions on a Thursday before SmackDown, dude. There is an unfinished match, the Women's Championship interim ladder match featuring Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, and somebody who is yet to be determined. I'm not even going to try to make a guess as to who the qualifying match tomorrow on SmackDown is between because I know I'm just going to be dead wrong. I haven't been keeping up much with SmackDown or Raw recently. And honestly, it's between two people here, man. I don't envision it being Tiffany Stratton. She's the US champion. I definitely don't envision it being Chelsea Green because they just don't give her anything. I think it's between Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair. I thought these two were going to have a singles match on the on the SummerSlam card, honestly, until they revealed this interim ladder match. I don't think it's going to be Jade Cargill, honestly. She just had the title. I think, and she just faced Rhea Ripley a bunch of times as well, so I think it's going to be Charlotte Flair for a variety of reasons. For one, Alexa Bliss is injured, so what's Charlotte Flair really going to do in that time? Second off, she hasn't had a match with Rhea Ripley in a minute, and they got great chemistry together. So I'd love to see them run it back for the interim for the true championship. And she also hasn't held a world championship in a minute. I don't think she's been world champion since 2023 when she lost the title to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39. And especially as a babyface, because this is like the most natural babyface Charlotte Flair has ever been. It's not forced. She's genuinely popular. She's genuinely got a connection with the crowd now. So I think that she should win this ladder match. Part of me does see Jade Cargill winning just so they can have a heel versus face match when Rhea Ripley is cleared to wrestle. But if I'm going with my heart, I'm going with Charlotte Flair, baby. This is easily the match that I'm most curious about on this entire card. Gunther versus Nick Aldis, dude. We've been speculating a Nick Aldis return to the ring forever. We thought he was going to fight Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. Didn't happen. We thought he was going to fight Drew McIntyre possibly earlier this year, and it didn't happen. And now he's finally coming out of informal retirement up against the ring general Gunther. My excitement for this match actually went up earlier today when I saw Chris Van Vliet's interview with Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis is getting emotional like, man, this is my only shot. These people got to know how much effort I'm putting into this. And he's definitely going to do great, man. I'm excited to see how Nick Aldis works with Gunther here. But he's not winning, dude. It's going to be a showcase for Nick Aldis, but he is not going to win. Gunther has been taking L after L after L after L, and I feel like he finally needs to get a big victory, dude. For goodness sakes, he's lost to Cody like a million times. He's lost for the championship. He's lost everything. So I feel like he needs a victory over Nick Aldis here. And Nick Aldis, I mean, he's a general manager, but I mean, it's common knowledge that he used to be a wrestler. He's still in great shape. He's tall, so he's definitely not a nobody. He's probably a good contender for Gunther here. Gunther is going to get a legitimate victory over here, over Nick Aldis, and he's going to pass him out with the sleeper. So my final prediction is Gunther. I'm losing my voice here, guys. Does this match really need to be on the SummerSlam card? That's kind of debatable, but it's the number one contenders WWE Undisputed Championship match between Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. I feel like this is a match that they easily could have just done on SmackDown, because like number one contenders matches, they don't usually do those on like big pay-per-views. But it's still cool to see Sami and Finn get a spot here. I can say with confidence that I do not like Sami Zayn anymore, man. I was happy for him when he won the WWE Championship and all that, but dude, his current gimmick, he's a heel, so it's working that I'm starting to hate him. But at the same time, like Sami Zayn is just so annoying, man. Like I do not want to see him win this match. And honestly, I don't think he's going to. I think there's going to be some sort of shenanigans involved here that is going to cost him the match and give Finn Balor a victory so he can fight CM Punk again. Maybe even at what's the next pay-per-view? There might be a pay-per-view like later in August. I don't know. But Finn can fight Punk there, and Sammy's delusional heel run can grow, and he can eventually get back, fight CM Punk anyway. Maybe even like Money in the Bank or something. It's Human Monies on a pole. Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Speaking of guys I'm not a fan of anymore, man, Danhausen. I thought it was really funny, the rivalry with The Miz and Kit Wilson and all that. But I mean, Danhausen has quickly been exposed. Like when you put him with the right guy, like Miz, he can make anything work. That's why I love the rivalry so much. Looking back, it wasn't anything to do with Danhausen. Because, I mean, if you put Danhausen with guys who aren't funny, who aren't going to play off it well, like Dominic and JD, like those are two guys who are just not expressive, not really good on the microphone or anything. Yeah, Danhausen has kind of been exposed lately for me. And this is probably my least anticipated match on the entire show, if I'm being honest. It's also just obvious that Danhausen is gonna win, dude. At least when it was a normal match, I was getting the feeling that Dominic Mysterio is finally gonna win something on a big show. Just has to climb up and get the human monies. Uh, it's hard to say that with a straight face. I know. I was just saying Danhausen wasn't funny, but now that he has to get the bag of human monies and not pin Dominic, I think it's more obvious that Danhausen is gonna win. Let's just move on. Six-man tag. The Usos and Jacob Fatu of the Bloodline take on Solo Dolo, Sikoa, LA Knight, and Royce Keys. Dude, what the heck does Solo Dolo mean? I mean, like, why is he saying that? This is another match I'm really curious about, purely for the element of babyface Solo Sikoa, dude. I think Solo Sikoa is really funny, and when he first started showing signs of becoming babyface, like when the MFT left him and he was trying to team up with LA Knight, I'm like, this is not gonna work at all. But it's working, man. The crowds like Solo Sikoa. They're cheering him. And I feel like he's pretty likable, man. Like, I wasn't expecting this because he's just been a heel in the Bloodline Vortex for like 4 years. But now that he's a babyface, like, I don't know. I just hope that they're not going to ruin it, man, because I have a hunch that Solo is going to turn on LA Knight, turn on Royce Keys, and join the Bloodline once again. And I just don't want this to happen, man, because once again, I like Solo Sikoa as a babyface, and it just doesn't work, bro. Like, at least with Jacob Fatu joining the Bloodline, he really didn't have a crazy amount of history with Roman Reigns. I know there was the new Bloodline stuff back in like 2024, but I mean, he didn't show signs that he like hated Roman or something. And Solo Sikoa has even last Monday said he hated Roman. He told Roman to kiss his big old butt. He's my gosh. He's just shown signs again and again that he's the black sheep and he's not coming back. And I hope he does not come back, dude, because that mean like every Samoan on the roster would be in the bloodline. I know we got Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga and all that, but let's be honest, I mean those guys are nobodies. But my final prediction for this match for the winners is going to be Jimmy, Jay, and Jacob. And that about does it for my SummerSlam 2026 predictions, both night one and night two. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have no idea how long this video is. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this video, and as always, I would greatly appreciate it if you were to smash a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Send this video to your grandma. Jim Wrestling out.